Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Love Manual. I'm Mel, your host. The Love Manual is designed for people to give advice and get advice about relationships and dating. So today, I actually have the pleasure of interviewing Shawn, who is a 51-year-old mom of two who says she is single and content. And yes, we want to know why. So please help me introduce Shawn to the show. Hi, Sean.
Hi,
How you doing?
fine.
Good,
Better
good,
now.
good.
Better
Oh,
now. Better
better
now.
now. Okay, I like that. So, I like to get right into it, of course, as everybody know. And I want to ask you, first off, how are you doing during this pandemic?
Doing really well, actually. Just celebrated a birthday, so I celebrate
Okay.
the whole month and do what you can do. You can only do but so much, but pandemic is, I guess holding everybody back and limiting everyone on what their daily norm would be.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to complain because my family is safe, my friends are safe, I'm safe, and everyone is doing well. So I'm not going to complain.
Oh, very good. Okay. So I know that at the beginning I introduced and said that you were single and content. So why are you single and are you happy?
Well, I'm happy because I love life. That's first of all. And you can't see it on my mirror, but I love me first. And I think loving yourself first is more important before loving anybody else. You cannot love anybody else successfully unless you love yourself. So, and that I do. At
Okay.
this point, I am single and I am content. You know, um, I guess the things that I enjoy about being single is that when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, and I don't have to ask anybody for permission to go. So I'm able to move the way I want to move. Being single, I'm able to do what I want to do. Being single. So being single, has its bonuses and then it has its flaws as well because, at times you're like, Dag, I want to go someplace with somebody, but yet you gotta call your girlfriend or just a dude that's your friend but not your man. You know what I'm saying? So it has its ups and downs, its ebbs and flows, So but at this point, I am a single black woman, and I'm a strong single black woman, and I'm an independent black woman. So
Very good.
sometimes men have a problem dealing with those things, and I think that's where a lot of my what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of my
Like as far as your hangups are concerned and
yeah.
what okay, so I'm glad that you said that. Let me ask you another question. What are you looking for in a partner?
I am very spontaneous. I love to hop up and go. Like I could right now. I could hop up and be like, "Look, we're going to Jamaica because there's a sale for $99. We're going to
Yes.
Aruba. Or come on, hun, let's go to Coney Island because So I'm very spontaneous. Loyalty is big. I am big on loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm with somebody, and I am loyal. Um, I look for someone that's able to that's financially stable. I'm not looking to take care of no man, you know.
Yes.
Um, I'm just looking for someone that's able to hold their own. I'm looking for someone that is
Yeah, just self-sufficient and can take
self-sufficient,
care of themselves as well
fun,
as you if needed.
a family person.
Mhm.
Again, like you said in the beginning, I have two kids, and my kids are 19 and 17. So we're a package deal. With them there's me, with me there's them, and you have
Yes.
to love my kids equally the same. Right now, meeting someone in this age bracket, most likely they will have kids as well, and I will offer the same because and as time progresses, I will love their kids as if they were, they probably not looking for a mom at this time because they're probably grown. If someone has kids, but to have a welcoming heart, an open heart, so that we can all be family oriented, because I am a family oriented person.
I love that very much.
I'll
So,
drink to that. Cheers.
I'll drink to that too. So, what are some of the things that you will not deal with, like in a relationship? Like, what are some of your deal breakers?
Disrespect. Right now, taking a look at myself, and I thought about this just recently. I will not deal with any type of disrespect, because again, I can hold my own. So I need no one to take care of me, and I'm not going to have anyone disrespect me, or am I going to tolerate that? So disrespect, um, as we all know as women, we're not going to tolerate no man putting their hands on you, which I've
Right.
never had to encounter that ever. So, but I think I'm not going to deal with being disloyal, because again, I am loyal. So being disloyal, being disrespectful, and taking me for granted, I'm not going to deal with that.
Absolutely. I do understand that. So those are some good points. And men, y'all better listen up because she giving y'all the 411, okay?
Absolutely.
So that
Holla if
is
you
good.
hear me.
Holla if you hear me. I hear your little puppy in the background. What's going on with him?
Because I'm in his quarters right now. My bedroom is basically his, and he's trying to get in. So I do apologize, but he knows I'm in here, and he's trying to come in. So
Okay, so what do you think about like shared responsibilities in a relationship? What do you like? What is your take on that?
I mean, it should be shared, but sometimes everything can't be equal. I think that everything should be shared. It should, but let's just talk financially. Sometimes if a man makes a lot more than me, and I make less, everything maybe can't be equal. Maybe he has to take majority of the burden, or vice versa. Maybe if I make a lot more than him, you know, um, things have to not be as equal. Maybe he's a good cook, and I'm a good cleaner. So maybe I'll clean the house and he'll cook. I don't look for everything to be equal. I just look for everything to be fair. And there is a difference. There is definitely a difference. So, not everything has to be equal, but it definitely has to be fair.
I agree. I agree. That's a good one too. And, men have to understand that as well. So, like you said, if one makes more than the other, I mean, I think that is best to get those things out in the open. Like when you first start dating, you guys communicate that and, communicate effectively. Hey, listen, you could do this. I like to do that. You don't want to do that. No problem. I don't want to do that. So, I think that those are
Right.
good points. And that's really true.
Yeah,
How
one thing I'm not a fan of is shared bank accounts. So I'm not
Oh,
sharing anybody's bank account
okay.
at all. You know, uh, we're just not. And I mean, again, that comes with dating. Dating, but once you get married, then that's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? But before, because I watch Judge Judy, I watch Judge Maybelline, I watch them all, and they were on there all the time.
Yes,
So, no,
but listen about the share the bank account thing. I think that that's a good idea, and of course we all have our own thoughts about that. But when you guys go out on a date, if you guys contribute the same amount to that joint account monthly, then that's what you should use to go out on a date with. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, but that's my take, and yours is important as well. And Judge
that's
Judy
good.
is right.
No, that's fine. And again, you have to have been with someone for a very long time to
Hmm.
do something like that. I am not going to meet nobody after 2, 3, 4 years and talk about we're going to get a shared bank account. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I understand. And a lot of women feel that way too. A lot of women feel that
That's
way.
a good
So it's
idea.
not a, yeah, but I mean, everybody thinks the way that they do, and everybody has their own opinion, and everybody is right to, to the
Hmm.
relationship level that they're on.
But
So,
but but if
uh
he
huh.
makes a whole lot more than me,
Then you'll think about it.
then we may have to think about that.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a good one. Okay. That's good. Let me ask you about disputes and everything in a relationship. I don't know, like in your previous relationships or any relationship that you plan on getting into. How do you think that you would handle the disputes? If you guys have any.
Well, first off, I'm a communicator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one to shut down. I don't think a man has to have a strong mind to be able to hold a conversation. You know, um, I feel that a weak-minded people, and I don't take this wrong because this is just my take, but I just think that I'm not going to use weak-minded people because that may not be the right word.
Mm-hmm.
But because some people just don't like confrontation and they don't like to talk about it, so I'm not going to say weak-minded. That was totally wrong. But I think that I'm a person that likes to communicate and I like to talk. And it's like let's sit down and discuss it. And then we can have an argument right now. And I don't hold nothing because I'm not letting no one take away my glory. After we argue, I'll be like, okay, so we going out right now. You want to run to the store with me real quick? We moving on to the next. I'm not going to sit there and harbor on a disagreement that we had, because I'm not going to let no one steal my glory. So yeah, we can have an all out argument. You can piss me off. Give me 10 minutes to cool down, and then I'll be like, okay, so what we doing? What's good? What's next? I'm not going to hold on to it.
I love, love, love that. It's so true because you don't want that burden on your shoulder and you done argued and everything like that. Where is that going to leave y'all? Y'all get it over with, talk it out, communicate. Like you said, you're a communicator, which is really important. So get that over with and hey, let's go to the store after y'all done,
Yeah, I'm good because I'm not gonna. People should not let anyone take their. You're not gonna consume. I'm not gonna put that much energy, and you're not gonna consume so much of my time with that. We disagree. People disagree. We can
Right.
argue. Okay, now you see what you had to say. I see what I had to say. It's done. I'm finished with it.
Right,
Bye.
absolutely. Bye. That's good. So, do you think that it's important to be friends before you guys become lovers? How do you feel about that? I mean, of course, when you're dating and everything like that, they are your friend at first. I mean, how important do you think it is to be real friends before you become real lovers?
I don't think it's too important. I do think that it's good to have some type of foundation um in the relationship, but I think being friends come as you grow together. I don't
Hmm.
think anything has to be established right at the beginning of a relationship because everybody's take their stride at different times. So
Hmm.
I just think that being friends doesn't have to be that important. But I think over time you should develop a relationship to get the foundation on where the relationship will grow to in the future.
I do agree. I understand that, and that's true because in relationships, you do grow together, and that's just
Mhm.
really important. I mean,
Right.
one person could be here, one person could be there, and you guys just grow, while y'all get,
Together.
yeah, absolutely. I
I'm not
think
gonna meet you now and you're not gonna be like my best friend in a year. It's not gonna happen.
right. Yeah, you got to get to know that person, and
Right.
then, eventually they will be you know, somebody who is going to be your best friend because that's one of the people that you're going to actually tell everything to. So that's pretty good. How do you
Yep.
define love? How do you define love?
Hmm. Um, I think love has many definitions and can be read differently. Love doesn't have one definition, so everybody's going to seek love differently. I
Right.
just think that love plays a big part in a relationship because you can love someone but don't be in love with them.
Yep.
You can actually really be in a relationship with somebody and love them to pieces, but you doesn't mean that you're in love with that person. So it depends on what do you mean by love in a relationship. You know,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you're saying it right. Like you said, as many levels of love, and everybody is going to define it differently. And it really depends on if you're in love with that person, how you're feeling about that person, what that person does for you. And I'm not saying like monetarily or anything like that, or, like little gifts, nothing like that. It just really depends on how you're feeling, and like
Hmm.
you said, you can love somebody and not necessarily be in love with them. You can
Absolutely.
actually love somebody and not even like them,
Right.
yeah, so I do
No,
understand what you're
absolutely.
saying.
I do think that when you love someone, that you it's good to talk about it when you first meet them and just define on where you want to take the relationship to. Like, where is
Yeah.
it? Where do you want it to go? I think because people get caught up in dealing with people, and you could be on one page, and then that person could be on another page,
Hmm.
and y'all may be in the same book, but you
Right.
may be on chapter one, and your partner's on chapter 15.
Right.
And sometimes you're not even in the same book. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's so far off. So I think that those things need to be determined, and not just be like, yeah, well, we've been dating for 3 years, and what comes next? No, you guys have to want the same thing. And I think it's important for people to be real with what they, where they at, and not just
Right.
assume that the next person knows and understands what
Exactly.
they're thinking, you know?
Yes.
So I think it's important not to get yourself caught up into something. And it's not important. I want to say this, we as women shouldn't have to settle. And we should not settle just because you want to be with somebody and don't want to be alone, you
Right.
know? And you have to be in that place mentally first. You have to get there mentally, you know, yeah, you just have to
Yeah.
get there mentally first. You shouldn't have to settle for somebody just
Anything that,
because,
right,
right?
for anything less than what you really want. And like you said, I really agree with you about talking at the beginning and making sure you guys are in the same book and on the same page,
Hmm.
and you know also you said communication is key, and in the beginning that's where you guys talk about what you want, what your future is going to be like, what do they want, do you want kids, and this is at the beginning before we even had kids,
Well, at
but
51, we ain't talking about nobody's kids, so that's not
I'm
even a
just
topic of
saying, I
conversation.
understand that.
Grown
But
folks radio. I'm just saying, we
yeah,
ain't talking about
but
no
you
kids.
right. I'm saying, you have to definitely know what you want and not settle just because you do not want to be single or you
Yeah.
just don't want to be alone. And I agree with that 100%. And you have to make sure that that man is what you want and that you are what that man wants,
Hmm.
Yeah.
This is
Mhm.
true, and sometimes it just takes longer for people to figure it out. You
Yeah.
know, I think that I'm going to start the dating scene. I think
Mhm.
I do at this point. I do want to date. I have not been dating, but I
Right.
think I do want to start now. And I was like, maybe not, but yeah, I think I am. So I think dating is important to keep you. I guess what's the word I'm looking for, Mel? To keep you.
You want to keep yourself abreast of what type of men are out there and what you are looking for and if they are worthy.
Yes,
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
yeah, I think you're right, but I want to keep myself, I guess, in the game. I'm just saying. Hold on. Hold on.
Another drink to that, huh?
Yeah, I think right now because before I was so content. I so enjoy like one thing I can say about being single, I so enjoy getting up and just going and don't have to answer to anybody. Like I so enjoy that. Um
Right. So you do like that single life part and everything like that. And once you start dating, not
well,
having a
I'm still
man
not
live
answering to
with you,
nobody.
right. And that's what I was going to say. You still are going to enjoy
Hmm.
that getting up and going. And that's the thing. You want a partner, whether he live with you or not, to understand that you still have your own life and you are your own person. You're
Hmm.
independent and you do travel the way that you want to travel. It's not that you're going to ask him for permission, but you are going to inform him and say, hey, babe, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do with my girls, and this is when I'm doing it and stuff like that. But you don't want to have to answer to nobody and have him like, where you going and all. No, absolutely
No,
not.
we're
You're a
not doing
grown
that.
female, right? You're a
Right.
grown woman and you don't want any of that in your life. I understand. I do. Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you have any words of advice for women that want to start dating again? Because sometimes we fall on a back burner. Like you said, you was like, do I want to date? Do I not? So do you have any words of advice for women that's like you, like, okay, you know what? I'm ready to get back out there and start dating again.
Yeah, I think I'm going, I think again, like I said earlier, you have to love yourself first. You have to start there because you can't start with somebody else until you start with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I met a couple of people that actually met their partners online.
Wow.
I don't know how that works, but a lot of people. So I said, I'm going to go on blackpeoplemeet.com and I'm going to love manual. So I'm starting.
Yes, very good. And here at the Love Manual, hopefully we will match you with one of our single men, and you guys do a virtual date, and we see how that work out, and you may even be a contestant.
Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes.
So we'll see how that works out. But that's really smart. You don't have to jump into anything right now. You just want to take it slow, which is really important.
Right,
So
not even right, just not even extra slow. Just go out and have fun. Let's go have dinner. Let's go to the moon. Let's go to Bahamas. Let's just go. Like I just
right.
let's have fun. You know what I'm saying? It's not you ain't gotta tie nobody down. Just enjoy life and enjoy going out places because I like to do things, and I know all my girlfriends out there, if y'all listening, my friends, I know you're tired of me calling y'all, asking y'all to go someplace. So I'm just saying, you know,
No, but sometimes that's how you meet a man. I mean, when you're out with a group of women and you guys are just doing your own thing and you're not even thinking about that. And that's another thing. There's a lot of questions like, okay, where do you think you could meet a man at or whatever? No, wherever. You don't
mhm,
have to go to a specific place to meet a man because love will just pop up into your face and you won't even know it.
pop up and shop right in aisle three,
In aisle three. Well,
aisle
that
three.
was good.
Yeah.
I appreciate your honesty and everything like that. And you are single and content, and I'm pretty sure you won't be for long.
You
Your
never know.
aura is sweet. You brighten up the room. You have a beautiful personality. So I'm pretty sure that somebody's gonna be
Yeah.
like, hey.
At this point, I just stop looking, and when it happens, and if it don't, I have you guys, my friends, so I'll still be calling y'all.
Well, that's good to know. I appreciate you interviewing with me this evening, and we will definitely have you back as a guest again. And who knows? You may have found love by then or not. We just
Hmm.
want to know how everything will be going with you. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us at the Love
Thank you.
Manual.
It's
Thank
always a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you, Sean.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you guys so much for tuning in at the Love Manual. And I want you to know, if you want to be on the Love Manual, if you want to be a guest, you can go to www.thelovemanual.com and we will definitely answer your emails. And if you are ever on Twitter, please go to twitter.com / the underscore the love manual. Okay. And if you want to get in contact with us, you also can go on facebook.com / the love manual page. And please don't forget to check us out at contact at thelovemanual.com. And there we will answer all your questions as well. And you can also be a guest on our show through that. Please, thank you so much for joining us at the Love Manual. And till next time, guys, take care.